I would now like to call upon Dave and Addie to come up and say a few words, the parents of the groom.
Greetings to all and welcome. Thank you for attending the wedding of our daughter and our daughter-in-law now and our son. Addie and I would formally like to welcome Natasha to the Tokarczuk family, although we feel that she already has been part of it for a very long time. We also congratulate her on her recently acquired PhD. Natasha is good for Brent as she provides a calming, stabilizing force for Brent. He has a multitude of ideas and is always ready to help anyone with them. Brent's sense of humor with his quips on life keep things lively. Both are focused on what they want to do and get it done. They are a good match for one another and recognize the importance of each of that in each of their lives.
Both Dave and I want to share a story about Brent and Natasha. Actually, I have lots of stories, but I'm just going to share one. And this story relates to how we recognize that Brent and Natasha were really meant for each other. As we all know, Brent is a clever, kind person with an incredible, wonderful sense of humor. For those who know Brent well, realize that he is a guy who manages money well. He understands budgets and seldom runs out of money. During university, Larissa, our daughter, lived in a home on 13th Street. Natasha, an anatomy and cell biology major at that time, became her roommate. Brent still lived at our home. We did, however, notice that he seemed to be going over to see his sister a little more frequently than was usual. One day we discovered that he bought a relatively expensive present, considering he was a university student with frugal ways. The present was a real awesome visible dog that you could see the innards of it displayed in a variety of colors. Very appropriate kind of present for a biology major. Upon asking him who this visible dog was for, he said it was for Natasha's birthday present. Dave and I pondered on that one, thinking, really, Brent's buying Larissa's roommate a present? And then, bingo, the lights went on. Perfect kind of present. Dave and I looked at each other, and at that moment, we knew for certain this was one special relationship. Brent, we are so pleased you discovered such an intelligent, beautiful partner.
There's a few other just memories that I'd like to relate that are special to us. Brent and I and our family have many fond memories of times gone by. I remember many skiing trips. One in particular stands out when he was just learning to ski. I think he was about 4 or 4.5 at the time. And Brent was always very methodical and precise in all that he did, and he had to be certain that he was able to do something before he would start it. He was at the time learning to snowplow, but lacked the confidence to link his turns and to go down the hill totally. So in order to help him with that, I had to ski behind him, restraining him with a rope tied around his waist to prevent any crashes. After a couple of runs in this manner, he gained his confidence and quickly was on his way to becoming an expert skier. there were many other skiing highlights in our lives. One that comes to mind, their torchlight parades. I think we were at Kimberley. Then one other time we were tubing on Lake Diefenbaker, and in a particularly sharp and fast corner, Brent wiped out, and he, being a very generous sort of person, he donated his glasses to some visually impaired fish. I also want to say that because of Brent's love of skiing and snowboarding, we witnessed Natasha's brave first attempts at snowboarding. There were a few wipeouts and bumps and bruises, but Natasha was a quick study and learner and soon was boarding alongside Brent. They enjoy many trips to Whistler. This shows love and caring when one learns another's interests to enjoy the same things together. One of the joys of being parents is watching them achieve their high goals, and as the prophet Kahil Gibran wrote on children, he said in Speak to Us of Children, and he said, your children are not your children. They are sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And they are with you. And though they are with you, yet they do not belong to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit nor even dream. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you, for life goes not backwards, nor tarries with yesterday. There is more of this quote, but I'll stop here. I would like to congratulate Brent and Natasha on their respective efforts to make their relationship work successfully as it has. May it continue through their lives. As Barnett Brickner states, success in marriage does not come merely through finding the right mate, but through being the right mate. Natasha and Brent, here's to the past for all that it has taught you. Here's to the present for all that you share. And here's to the future for all that you can look forward together. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses to toast to Brent and Natasha.
I just want to add a thank you also to Brian and Margaret for all their hard work, and thank all the guests for coming. We really appreciate seeing everyone and meeting new people, meeting the Krellin side of the family. So thanks for being here.